Hello, everybody. Welcome in. How's it going? I've been watching streamers start their streams, and I think it's very interesting how a lot of them do it. And I think I put a lot of pressure. I think I put a lot of pressure on myself to come out of the chutes like at a horse race and hit it and go about 1,000 miles per hour, get the tempo set, get the audience locked in, get them, like here it is, like almost like the beginning of a YouTube video. But I've been watching streamers, like professional streamers, and they spend like the first 15 minutes just chitter chatter, just talking about anything, like waiting for people to roll in to get the stream started. And I thought that was interesting. I don't know. I've been thinking about a lot of stuff lately. Last night I was thinking about stuff, which brings me to today's video because I wasn't going to stream today, and I was I watched Joker's play video, and in Joker's plays video, he said that he actually offered to come in and be an advisor for free up to a point, and said, "Hey, you could even pay me, and you could hire me because this is what I do, and I think you need my skill set." And I know Joker. Well, I know Joker in this realm, and he's a man of integrity. And I well, so when he says stuff like that, I really think he means it. Like I I could see Joker really being an awesome boss, an awesome manager. Um, and so that got me thinking, I say a lot of stuff and I don't really put it on paper. And this was something I did quickly last night for about an hour through together this little thing. Are you guys chatting? Oh wait, you are. I had my chat pause. I'm so sorry. Um, um, and so I have a little presentation about expeditions, and the title is of the in the thumbnail is expectations. Because normally, what I've always found in life, this goes with marriage, this goes with kids, this goes with jobs, this goes with a lot of different things. Um, when you have a set of expectations, usually that will either end in satisfaction or disappointment. Some people nowadays, their expectations are unreasonable, which is something I struggled with. Like, is what I'm asking or saying unreasonable? And there's a group of people who would push back and say, yes, you're crazy. And then, which is fine. You're always going to have a percentage. But if I listened to those people in my life, I would have never done the things that I've done. And I've had a pretty awesome life. I've been very blessed. And I am, but they're always going to be there. So I always like to have people close to me that I know will speak truth in love. And, even those people you don't always have to agree with, but you always want to stop and like pause, hit the pause button, and be like, "Oh, okay. I trust this person. Maybe I'm not seeing things clearly. Let's have a conversation. Let me think through this a little, just a tad bit more." And so I try to surround myself with people. When I was younger, I would say not so much. When you're younger, when you're younger, you haven't crashed enough or run into enough stuff to realize that maybe you are capable of doing that. Emotions like anger is a good way to get out over your skis and end up making silly decisions, which unfortunately, yeah, been there, done that. But I think growing up is learning from those mistakes and maturing in those areas. And so I thought, okay, what if I was to go in and apply for a job? If I was to go in and be like, hey, here's what I would do to help improve expeditions and make the game better and I think viable and increase the player count. Now, they are doing a lot of sponsor streams, actually, with BR players And I had a conversation. I'm not going to say names or anything because I didn't get permission to share. I don't want to share stuff unless I have permission to share stuff. And someone said that maybe the reason why they're bringing VR players in is oh yeah, and go check out Mad Puck's stream. I just saw that. He had a good stream today, just kind of going through his perspective on everything. And there actually he said something that made me think about adding something to my list during my job interview with Legofortnite. So they're doing a lot of these things, and somebody said to me that they think that maybe this type of game, because it's more of a shooter game, would appeal to more BR players. And I think a BR player would definitely be more drawn to this game than they would be to Lego Fortnite Odyssey. Like, I think Minecraft players would like Lego Fortnite Odyssey. I think, BR players would like Expeditions more. But the issue with that, though, that I just don't see being there, because I've streamed both, Expeditions gets repetitive unless you have just the funniest, awesomest people with you, which I had 2 runs yesterday that were really a lot of fun. Both those groups were amazing for their own reasons. The first one was great conversations about the game. The second one, I laughed so hard that my mouth literally hurt from that last run. And that was a lot of fun. I mean, that's what I want my streams to be. And it was with the community, which is another aspect of this that I really love. So, with that all being said, let me go ahead and say hi to everybody. And again, I might not start off coming in 100 miles an hour anymore. I might ramp it up and try to, I don't know, start off with like some small talk and then go in. I don't know. You guys tell me. There is a poll question over on the Red app asking people. I'm thinking of changing some things up from what I've seen other streamers do. And basically what it would be is I would stream on the Purple app, and then I would also record my stream, and then after the stream was over, I would take that stream and edit it down into a video, and then I would upload that video over on the Red and White. So you'd be able to get access to the stream on 2 different locations. Right now, I'm averaging, well, it depends on the stream, honestly. Stream numbers have dropped. I had gotten up to I was in the 700-800s per stream, and that's dropped down to 300 to 400s, and then every once in a while I'll get in a spike, like my recent one with Crafty, which was like at 750 now. Our update ones always usually, well, depending on the update, let me take that back. Update ones will usually be in the thousands, like 2,000 to 3,000, maybe 5, depending on the update and how popular it is. But even the update streams are kind of dying out, honestly. Well, this last one did, because there was just really nothing to update about. I really didn't even like my attitude in the stream, and because I think I was I don't know, bitter maybe, just not in a good heart and head spot. So I felt like I came across mocking Brick Life a little bit too much in that, because I know Brick Life is fun for people. It's just not fun for me. And I really would love to have a Brick Life person who loves the game come in and be a part of the streams on update days. Maybe other times too, not just then, but I love to have, there's somebody who knows where all the stuff's located at, can explain the update, can explain what's happening. I definitely would allot part of my stream update to that, because it is one of the modes currently. So anyways, yeah, so let me say hi to everybody. Wookie, Angie, Red Danny, Cybermass, Aqua. Did you get a message, Aqua? Legion, Triple D, Red Danny, Margie, how's it going? Dempsey, July, welcome in. Raven Chick, welcome in. Legion, Certo, and I'm so sorry if I missed somebody. G Lego Builds, how's it going? Excuse me, the Mad Puck. Good morning to you, sir. Enjoyed your stream this morning. Snufflelockers, Midwest Gamer. Oh shoot. Okay. So job application sounds cool. Souls, welcome in. Triple D, Chicken Nubbles. Welcome in, welcome in. All right. So that is our current poll. At the end of this stream, after I get done doing my presentation, right now we have, oh gosh, really 55? How many people have voted? No, I want to see the poll. I don't want to end the poll. 20 votes. 21 votes. It's almost like a 60-40 now. Dang. I'd be curious, the people who voted no, is that because it's you just don't have that platform? You don't like that platform? If you could let me know why a little bit, as to why you voted no, I'd appreciate it. Oh, nice. Okay, Aqua. Appreciate that. That's gonna be real interesting. As far as I know, no response yet from anyone, from anywhere. Crafty did put a video out saying their Trello is being updated. Highly recommend go check that out. I don't know if we can throw a link up to Crafty's video. Twitch has so many ads. Oh yeah, yeah. I feel like I would have to maybe even like pause the stream. Oh, because you don't have Twitch. Oh, okay. Thank you guys. Thank you for the feedback. I appreciate it. July says, I love Brick Life. The new update is amazing, but I know someone who spends hours playing it, and he definitely loves that game. So, July, do you know, like, do you understand all that stuff? Who's your friend? Would they be interested? Or, let me know. Let me know, July. I'd love to reach out to them, or if you could reach out to them, I'd appreciate it. And just get a little feedback. If that be something I do have Twitch. Yeah, I know. So over there, oh shoot, I said the name. Like, I don't even think it matters. Someone my size, but I shouldn't have said it. Purple. And you know, I think some of these platforms really also need to know is that, dude, we're just trying to get discovered at this size. Just trying to get our content out there. And so it is nothing about, like, I could sit here and make a video on the positives of all the apps and all the streaming platforms, and people who were like, oh, that's something I'm looking for, would, you know, be drawn towards that app. But I don't know, like, if I just did one app only and they were to say, hey, we're going to, because you're an exclusive producer of content, even smaller people who come in very, you know, fresh and new, and they say, okay, hey, you're an exclusive content creator. Once you hit partner, or once you hit the requirement for monetization, they should have a thing in there that says, hey, if you click this exclusive partnership, we'll pay you 5% more on your ad revenue, and we will push your videos out. We'll prioritize your videos over people who are not exclusive. And that would really help, I think, give us an incentive to people to be exclusive. I mean, I thought about being just exclusive on the Red and White app. I mean, that was really my goal. You watch about a half a dozen videos. You watch half a dozen videos, you get a half a dozen different suggestions. And at the end of the day, what I have found to be a successful content creator is you need to be charismatic, you need to be fun, you need to be funny if possible, are good at whatever niche you are in. So if you are good at playing the game, be the best person playing the game. Post clips of you winning victory royales. If you are funny, be funny. If you're creative, be creative. If you're a builder, build. If you're if you're a technical guy, which is more what I feel like what I want to be myself personally, which has also kind of been the struggle for me, is finding that lane. Because I mean, honestly, you guys will see here a little bit about how my brain works. Um, and being the no totem challenge, just having fun playing the game, is also a lane that I like to be in. Coming up with things like that. So, and doing it well, and having, just trying to have a personality, which is hard because you have to then put yourself out there, and then you gotta be a little thick skinned and be all right with people calling you McLovin. McLovin are the milkshake guy, because if you can't, when you put yourself out there and somebody makes a funny joke like that, you got to be able to laugh at yourself, or you're not going to make it in live streaming, honestly. It'd just be way too much of an emotional burden on you. Are you the angry guy, which some people out there have built whole things off of yelling and screaming at their audience and yelling and screaming at posts in the thing, but they do it good. They do it good, I mean, they do a good job at it. So yeah, in a country where, oh, are you referring to the new thing coming, YouTube? But yeah, shouldn't have said that. The red and white, I'm terrible at this. The red and white app. Send me a request and I'll add you. Just don't. Yeah. Well, you know what, Matt? But you're the incredible build guy, and Haskins brought this up in his stream last night, and I'm just like, I am still not understanding, unless there is some, and what would be nice if they just came out and said this, because then you could shift your builds to understand, or not to, no, sorry, wrong word. You could shift your builds to fit in with what they're looking for. But like your X-Wing, I still do not understand. I used Haskins as a example last time of signal boost with his busted bridge. But then Haskins brought something I had totally forgotten about, which I had been just banging my head on the desk about, when you built the AT-AT, walking AT-AT from the Lego store. One of the most incredible, that build should be placed in Lego Fortnite history. There should be a museum with that video, with an edited video of that stream of when you got that thing walking. I was just hitting switches, want to be very clear. And the love and the effort and the time you put into that, and I was so happy to see those streams doing well. And I really was like, yes, please, Lego Fortnite, boost this. I mean, just make a tweet about it. Take some screenshots. The Mad Pug built this incredible thing out of this new build kit. So, I don't know. I just had to say that. That was a thought I had last night during Haskins' stream when he went through it. So, boy, I think I've jibber jabbered. Oh my gosh, that was 21 minutes. Maybe I gotta be careful. Maybe I gotta be careful. Supposedly, if you post the same video on both apps, you can get shadow. I think I did get shadow banned, and I think it catches it every once in a while. I stopped doing it. That's why I was thinking about switching over to just posting videos on the red and white and doing live streams on the purple, because then that's gonna probably kill my views a little bit on both, and that's what I'm a little. I'll be honest with you. Like I was sitting at 13. I was sitting at about 40 subs below 14,000. No, I'm sorry. I had 14,380 subs. I had lost 12 to 15 subs over like the last month. I was like, did I do something? Did they have pictures about me? Were there leaks? I'm questioning. I'm looking. I'm like, okay, no, it's just people just don't want this content anymore. They're just, they've moved on to other games, or they're moving on to other things. And so sub count started dropping. And then this last update, I had I got almost 80 subs in like 2 weeks. And this was with no promotions. This was natural growth, which is a whole nother topic that I'm not, maybe for another stream. But I was excited. And then today I got on and I lost 12 of those subs. And so the market right now is so up and down with subs and stuff like that. Honestly, I'm just, every time I see it like 10 subs drop, I just think to myself, well, I lost Lego. I lost Lego as a sub. I lost Fortnite as a sub. I lost all the devs as subs. The whole team's just unsubscribing from me. Which you know, the QR code thing the other day, I saw that on somebody else's stream, and I was like, are they listening to me? Are they listening to me and just not giving me shout outs? And are just sending me a message and saying, hey, we really like that idea and we're going to implement it? Like, am I crazy? Because I keep seeing this stuff. Like, my videos getting nerfed, and then I say stuff in videos and then I see them do it later on, but there's like no community, like they won't talk to me outside of that. Like, I don't have an open forum with anyone officially where I can be like, hey, let's have a conversation. And they can come in and go, hey, we're working on this, blah, blah, blah. Pass this on to your community. Still don't understand why there's no elite, oh my gosh. Oh no. Liaison? Oh, that's not the word. Oh, I'm butchering that. Liaison. That's it. Liaison. Fatbuck says, I think I've actually been thinking about doing something similar, about streaming only to Purple and the dancing app. Yeah, I mean, I mean, the numbers, oh man, you know, I mean, sometimes at this level of a content creator, you just don't want to make the wrong move that kills your channel. And it's just so difficult. But at the end of the day, I'm like, if you, at the end of the day, like, I feel like, let's just use Queso as an example. I feel like if Queso came out tomorrow and said, hey guys, I'm going to be streaming on Game Boy only, right? All my streams are going to be on the DLS Game Boy app, and it's going to be 16-bit pixel. And no, the color version. I think you would literally have 50,000 Game Boys bought that night. People would be rushing to Amazon or the Nintendo store to buy 50,000 Game Boy, right? And because people want to watch his content, they'll watch it wherever he posts. And when you have that power as a content creator, that's when you go to the platforms and say, hey, what deal can you offer me? And I'm going to go to the one that has the best deal. And then you go there and you leverage that, you know. And there's other things behind the scenes that I'm not going to get into here because it involves topics I don't want to talk about. But there's also a form of different platforms wanting to push certain individuals versus others, which is something I did not know about. And I've seen it on some of my videos, which I doubt. I would be surprised. But there is Google AdSense, and there are people who can, I think, can come in and do targeted ads on your videos, at least from what I've seen. And they'll say, hey, you know, push this video out. We really like this video. It's showcasing our product well. Could you push this out? Here's some ad money. Make it happen, you know, and then your video gets a lot more views. And you're like, oh, you know, am I going viral? And then you look more into it and you find out, no, you just had some money behind that video that pushed out. And not saying there are viral videos. That's, you know, word of mouth, people talking, people watching. There is that also. It's not one or the other. But there are some times where that happens, at least from my experience. So, you know, that is also something that could happen here where they say, oh, you know what? Don't promote this guy's videos anymore. And then those content creators start withering up on the vine. And then they bring out other content creators that are going to smile and say the things they want them to say. And then you've been replaced. Right? And then, you know, but that's honestly, in the end of the day, is going to, I think, hurt them, because you can't buy a passion and love for this game. And just even looking back at the things that I've seen people build because of passion and love for this game, you can try to buy it, but you can't buy it. I mean, at the end of the day, I think people will see through it. I hope. I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's all going to play itself out. Tybrex, what's up? Welcome in. So what do you guys think about that? Let's check our poll one more time. Remember, there's a poll on the red and white. Oh, we're about at a 50-50 split right now. All right, let's get the interview started. All right, guys. So, expeditions versus expectations. And you know what, guys? Let me know. Everything I just... Hey, Ravencheck, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Really hoping to break 500 over there on the purples. Prince Isaac, welcome in. Yeah, let me know, guys. WLs, was that a W take or an L take? Let me know. Let me know. W's and L's. Dog Mom says I watch a lot of just regular folks, not content creators or streamers, play and have fun. Yeah, you know, and sometimes those people. Hey, Queen's Door, how's it going? What did you say? Oh man, well, I said I was just gonna kind of jibber jabber and hire me, Lego. I didn't want to sound desperate, Mad Puck. I didn't want to sound desperate, because I don't even know at this point, like, kind of what Haskins said last night in his stream about, you know, if they were to come and say, hey, here's some money to showcase the new update, I would probably want a clause in the contract that says I can be honest with my review. And hey, General Ronimus, guys, the General has joined Craftopia crew. I'll tell you what, I'm so excited about this. It is such great news. One of the most creative and amazing builders / content creators. Like, I asked him the other day, I was like, are you a professional? Is this what you do for a living? Like, do you make movies? Like is General his like, it's really George Lucas, and it's an alt account with a fake name on it, and he's like producing these like movie level it's amazing. It's amazing. So join the Craftopia Discord server, and he's gonna be part of it. His videos will be posted there, and I'm super excited about that. Well, we're also gonna be having Craftopia 6 come out soon, and we've got some really awesome people signed up for it, and I'm super excited about it. The theme is called Spires Alive, and it's gonna be a timed season, and it's gonna be a little bit different, working within the boundaries of what the game has given us. So I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I think people will really enjoy it. And, you know, honestly, at the end of the day, that's what I wanted when I came into the game, was the ability to do a multiplayer Hermitcraft style, Minecraft style, SMP world. Many have tried. We tried our best. Flocka tried his best. Everyone's trying their best out there. But the worlds, man, they just can't handle it. And so what we have done is we put a time limit. And the goal of it isn't necessarily builds. It's more survival aspect. So, yeah, do we not have a link there? Okay, sorry. Normally we get a link there. Let me grab you a link real quick. Invite people. No. That's silly streamer mode. Silly streamer mode. All right. I think this is it. Let me drop that for you. No, I can't paste and copy. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Legion, did I say hi to you, Legion? I think you popped in and popped out. There it is there. And then let me post it over here too for you guys. There you go. All right. Hey, thank you for the whoever's giving. Oh, you're not a mod there? Add as moderator. There you go. Now you are. Okay. You should be able. You're a mod now, Wookie. Thank you for letting me know that. And thank you for and thank you all the mods. Seriously, thank you all the mods for your help. All right. I've jibber jabbered enough. Somebody. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I didn't jibber jabber enough. We're gonna jibber jabber some more. Dimsley Macon says, "Hey Kaboom, been listening to all this and loving it. Here's my 2 cents. I love Lego Fortnite and love watching it to get tips, learning from others, etc., etc. Your content has been great. My biggest gripe with some streamers has been the negativity around the game. Yes, there are some issues, but in the short of the game is fun for me, and I don't want to come and listen to people complain constantly about all the things that are wrong with the game. Focus on the positivity." Yeah. So I mean, this is the stage we're in right now. 7 or 8 months ago, I probably would have said exactly what you just said right there, 100%. But then just thing after thing after thing, and I don't plan on Kaboom makes everyone. That's not true. That's not true. Thank you for the alert, Queens North. I appreciate that. But unfortunately, I feel like it's the phase we are in with the things that we're seeing, and I just don't think there's going to be much of a game left. And that's when I decided to say something. So, and I think it's funny. I've been listening to a lot of things, and it's fine. I really, about a month ago is when I did the video about the numbers dropping. That's when I really started getting concerned, and that, you know what, and that's fine if this is not what you want. Got it, get it, got it. Take a break for a couple weeks from the stream, and hopefully we'll see you back later. But and like I said at the end of the stream yesterday, I'm not going to continue going on about this. Today is supposed to be about my job interview, and I framed it that way actually to try to make it a positive criticism and not sounding like I'm complaining. So I hope people see that and understand why it's kind of framed like this. All right. With that all being said, let's get into the interview and let's talk. If they were to hire me, if I was to get hired, if for some reason I was working on this game mode, I don't know if we go back in. Gold Age Gamer, how's it going? Welcome in. I don't know if this is like go back in time scenario. So we'll be going in and out of the interview, interacting with chat, and having conversations like that. So, Legofortnite Expeditions was launched, and when it was launched, it was in the thousands. We are now currently sitting at about half of what the player count was, and we have not seen that number really go up or down. And for me personally, I think some of the reasons, maybe that's how I'm pitching it. How do we what can we do to help the game out? Maybe that's how we pitch this. And personally, I believe that a lot of players got frustrated with the game because of the grinding aspect and the fact that weapons are the weapon loot pool is just not being handled correctly. So you're getting some players that are brand new to the game running their first missions and getting legendary weapons. So there's no build up, which is then removing the dopamine effect of being excited when you do get a good weapon and giving people a reason to actually grind out the different levels, not just to unlock the abilities, but actually to make either more and harder maps available or make different tier of weapons available. more screaming in fear. Were you at my last job interview, Golden Age? I need this job, please. I never did that. Sometimes I've thought about doing streams where I just talk about stuff I've learned through life and job interviews. Job interviews and dating, if you seem needy, you're getting neither the number nor the job, because nobody wants that. Nobody wants needy. Okay, I'm just telling you. Just put that away. Put that away. Tip of the day, right there. All right, here we go. When we introduced Lego Fortnite Expeditions, we had 3 classes. The community doesn't know if these are the only classes or if there's more classes to come. But currently, we have seen positive feedback on the Hunter, the Shadow Caller, and the Rift Rifter when they are functioning correctly and not bugged. One of the frustrations of the community is that some of the really cool things that these abilities could do get bugged and they lose their abilities in the game. That is a high priority to be looked at, fixed, and corrected to reduce the frustration of these characters and classes being used, and should be definitely play tested and looked at for any new characters that we introduce. Overall, the balancing of these characters has been great. Each character is unique in its own way, with its own abilities, and not much overlap, giving each person the ability to play their style. To the Hunter, who likes to move quickly, do a lot of damage, and fight and shoot and throw boomerangs, we have the class for him. To the player who likes to be a little bit farther off, doing damage from a distance, and doing AEO, is it AEO damage? Oh, I probably should look that up. Doing area damage, or having the ability to heal their teammates, we have added that. Now, from the numbers and from the community, not many people are running the heal build. Queens North. Welcome to Life Advice from Kaboom. Kaboom is not responsible for bad decisions made because of advice from Kaboom. Kaboom is not an expert, nor can be held to any standard of an expert. So basically you're saying I need to have a disclaimer. Queensor says, but I need money and I need a man. Oh, I love it. I love it. You guys are the best. I love it. I'm serious. TCSYT says we need oh, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. We have found that the heal build is not being used, so we should look into making some changes to maybe where you can upgrade it and switch from attack to heal within the gameplay, making this ability easier and not making it one or the other, but having the ability of both and being able to switch in between, increasing the ability for strategies to be used and implemented in gameplay, which we're going to get into. Like, you're like, what do you mean, Kaboom? The game's so easy right now. I don't, what do you mean? Heal and other strategy. Well, we're going to get into that. The Rift Rifter, the ability to jump in, buff everyone's abilities, and be a companion in the attack offensive is a great balance to the Hunter, who is a good defensive player who weakens the enemies with his Hunter Frenzy. These 3 classes are a must to have on any team because they each support and multiply the other skills of the other classes. Golden, beautiful. I cannot look. I want to be clear. Whoever came up with this, give them a raise, give them a corner office. They deserve it. This was gorgeous, and I hope whoever did these is also working on, if we are getting other classes, the other classes. Yes, always have a disclaimer. Yeah, all the advice that I give is based on the experiences I've had in life. But have you ever gone up to a girl or a guy or ever met somebody and seemed, I mean, not like interested, but like just like when I was young, I'd get real nervous going up to ask a girl like, hey, you want to go grab coffee? Or you want to go, can I have your phone number? Never ask to go on a date. Okay. Always ask. Okay. Disclaimer. Can someone throw a disclaimer up here? You want the lowest form of resistance towards that next step. So it'd be like, you don't let someone go, hey, I just saw you from across the room. You want to go get married? I mean, that's in the movies. There's like joke movies about that. No. Like any other rational person in their rational mind is gonna go, yeah, 1 second, 911. Yeah, officer. Yeah, officer, I have a lunatic here. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm about to be kidnapped and thrown in the back of a van. Yeah, I'm at blah 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 blah. Okay, yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah, you know what? And then stall until the cops get there. Sorry. Phone numbers. Hey, can I call you later? That is a line. You put that in your book, and that's after that's after you had a good conversation. All right, I'm gonna get off of that. Sorry. That if you're, because then that gives them the option to say, oh no, blah 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 blah. Or they can be like, oh yeah, that'd be great, and then you have a conversation later. And if the second conversation goes good, you go, hey, you want to go grab a cup of coffee or something like that? All right, anyways. Or honestly, Kaboom's advice is primarily for entertainment purposes only. It should not be taken with the largest grain of salt without spiking your blood pressure. Oh my god. All right. Okay, I'm gonna focus back in. I think it's good advice. What? Wait, that's good advice. I mean, all right. Well, another thing is about being in areas that you are mutually. So, like, if you're really into Comic-Con, if you're really, I'm like into cars, or you're really into comics, or you're like other hobbies and groups like that. Like for me, it was a Sunday school class. We were doing a chili thing, and we were inviting people to it. And I knew my I was in Sunday school class with my wife, but I hadn't really talked to her like on a one-on-one. And I'm not gonna side scroll into all that, because that's like double click on it. Anyways, but I went up and I said, hey, we're having a chili cook-off and I need to invite people to it. Would you like to help me invite people to it? And so she said, yeah. So we walked around and invited people to go to this thing, and it was like our first time talking. And that was a safe, comfortable thing that had like zero commitment level to it. And I got to know her through talking. I got to see her personality, have conversations, and they went well. We had great conversations. And then anyway, so moving on. Sorry, this is not dating advice with Kaboom, but anyways, Rifter, all these three classes working together make a great team in Lego Fortnite Expeditions. All right. You know what? I think did I miss a page? I'm already fired. I'm not getting the job. Did I already miss a page? What happened to my... Okay, I'm getting fired. Maybe it's later. Maybe it's later. I'll just keep talking, and then I'll add in later. The enemies added to the game overall have been pretty incredible. From Core to the Titans to Daigo to the Spires, all having unique and brand new attack abilities. These attack abilities have added a lot of different strategies to being defeated. Something that we can do is try to even improve more on these to make them a little bit more difficult, adding maybe some new tech, some new attack, um, adding some new attack patterns to just keep it fresh. We don't want these to grow stale. So we should probably work in adding one new attack to these characters monthly or bi-weekly or something. So it's not getting stale. Something else we could do. Oh yeah, your Lord of the Rings map? Yeah. Be a friend first. Yes. Yes. I can't duo or expert anyone. Definitely harder. All right. Something we could do is start adding in some of the major or mini boss figures into the game. The golems, we already have the texture packs for. They already have the fighting they already have the fighting AI in the game. So I see, now this is where I'd wrestle, because I would know if I was actually an employee, but I'm assuming they brought Titans over into Odyssey. I'm assuming we can bring Odyssey creatures over into Expedition. These have already been textured. They've already made them. They're sitting over there in Odyssey. Hopefully, I'm assuming it would be somewhat of a cut and paste to bring them over. That's an assumption on my part right here in this part of the interview. I was just going to be honest about that. But adding these into the game will give people another layer of strategy in their battles. Also, brutes would be a great addition into Lego Fortnite Expedition, giving a little bit of the nostalgia from Odyssey and helping with that crossover feeling. Because honestly, okay, pause. Honestly, we told everyone there was going to be a crossover, and all we did was give them a bus station and told them to take a bus station. There's zero crossover. I mean, other than, yeah, whatever. You guys already know. But I was confused by that. Like, I thought there was going to be more. And just on this little side note right now, and I'd love to hear what you guys think. I feel like we should get all our weapons out of expeditions and charms and then bring them over into Odyssey. And that gives everyone in Odyssey a reason to go play expeditions and find and get the guns that they want. I don't know. I thought there was going to be crossover like that, but honestly, I feel like they said, "Hey, crossover, here's a bus station. Oh yeah, by the way, we're just going to grab everything, all the assets from expeditions, and we're going to try to bring them over into Odyssey," which is not a bad thing. If you can do that, that's great. But the way they pitched it just didn't come across that way. It was a little confusing to me. And I'll admit that could just be me. All right. Chest spawns and expedition need to be randomized. Yeah. Oh, July. That is. So, maybe I should throw this in here because I did not put that in the notes. But I actually had an ideal for a ultimate chest that randomly spawns in the map every game. And you have to, it's like the best chest with like the best loot, the best XP, health. And it randomly spawns throughout the map. So that people running maps would be, unless you could do a random spawn where all the wood chests are, has a percentage of spawning in as a white chest. That would be cool too. But yeah, I have an ultimate chest thought on that, and it would be like just one really OP chest that's hidden in the map, maybe even like behind walls or in secret spots that you gotta like knock the wall down, or you gotta bust a car open, or you gotta like get on top of a building and then go through a ceiling, and you can have like locations or something like that. Yeah, 5 locations. Yeah, something like that. And the quality. Yeah, we're going to get into that here in a minute too, Wookie. I'm going to hit on that issue. So there is some overlap here, some crossover. So I think this would be an easy way to help spice up this game that is currently feeling stale to a lot of players because of the grinding aspect of the game. Oh no, here it is. How did I miss this? Now, I'm going to pretend like I don't know if this is true, so don't hold me like, kaboom said there's 3 more classes. When this got released, I assumed these were the classes, and I assume there's 6 of them. And here are a couple suggestions I'd have for each of these other 3 classes. Number 1, design them. Whoever designed the other ones, let them design these. They did a great job. Give them a raise, corner office, take them out to lunch, give them, great work on this. Seriously, I'm being 100% serious. Great work. The little lizard guy down. Can you guys see my screen? I didn't even ask you guys. Can you see? Well, yeah, Lava, but it would be hidden throughout the map somewhere. But yeah, I mean, I think. I mean, do you think it should spawn in at the end? I mean, I always felt like the chests were a, can you guys see everything? Please tell me you guys can see everything. Okay, yes. Yes, okay, good. All right, sorry, just had a panic attack there for a second. Vlad, welcome in. How's it going, my friend? All right, let's start off up here at the top. Infusion. This character class can infuse any weapon that they have in their possession and do more damage in a shorter period of time, increasing area damage and DPS damage whenever this skill is activated. So my thought with this character is that they would get a hammer, they would infuse that hammer, and then for a certain amount of time, that hammer would do like twice the damage. Like every stat on that hammer would get buffed. So if you had cooldown in 5 seconds, the cooldown would be, would be reduced by half. If you had health, regain health, your health would double. Superior health would double. Critical chance would double. Everything would double. Damage would double. And so this would become a kind of character that, let's say you're using your favorite weapon, then they are buffing that weapon. Then you could also do something where this character has the ability to infuse a weapon and drop it to another player. So let's say they're out playing and they find a weapon, they infuse it, and they drop. Now, the only issue with this is that after that weapon that's been infused, it runs through its time cycle, it would have to destroy itself. And you could do it like the weapon is so infused with power that the weapon destroys itself. A little bit of a cost when you're giving that weapon away, because you don't want people going, I gave you my gun and you didn't give it back. Like, that has to be removed from the like that can't be part of the calculation. Hey, one and only, welcome in. How you doing today? Fortnite has so many modes, it splits up the player base. Am I missing Jess? Welcome in. How you doing? Just applying for a new job. Dwayne, welcome in. It would be nice to have personal chests. Well, so I do think that was a big W, that the items that pop out of the chest, the only issue is the despawn rate, where you have other people doing stuff and they open all the chests and everything despawns. I think they did that for game optimization, because you're opening up the map with all these items around, and so I think that's why they started clearing them. So yeah, I'm doing well. Good to hear that. Yeah, I know about the decor, but I'll try to focus on my shadow crawler today. Okay. Yeah, and Mama Rage says Raven, better powers, and there are more. Wait a minute, are you talking about leveling up? The leveling up system is awesome. It does feel like you have a new character each time you level up, and is that you get that dopamine boost of like, oh, I hit level 31, now I can unlock this. I've been waiting to unlock this. That was great. That was golden. I love it. Sonic Boom is this little character right here with the little hair puffs, and you see him like doing this little running on these little boom things. So the Sonic Boom, I was thinking, would be something where you hit the ground and it sends out a boom in a radius, and all the enemies in that radius are now stun locked with concussions. And so you have the Hunter Frenzy, which weakens all the players and makes you invincible if you're over level 1 and you have that, upgrade on, and increases the hunter's attack ability, so you're like shooting everything. The Rift Ripper is giving a boost to all the players within that bubble, and then the Sonic or the Shadow Caller is doing damage from above. So I feel like this would be something in a situation where you're surrounded by a lot of enemies and they all get frozen. They're all stunned and they can't move. So you're basically adding another layer of how you can help support the team in those battles where you're defending the relays, and when you're doing the comm stations and stuff like that. And then Trailblazer, this guy here, he would have the ability to run really fast and leave a trail behind him, like the rollers do. And so he could like circle enemies or run through groups of enemies or put lines on the ground and like basically make a barrier that's then damages anything that goes through it. Sergio, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. Ever since we're just going to go leveling, it's been a lot of fun. Yeah, those are also... I really wish we could push that more and have more understanding of like, oh, I just help in this way. It was a little confusing. Like, if we could go up there and add our points, our notes, our info to the Superman and actually see that number go up, I feel like that'd be something people would enjoy doing and feel a little more of a sense of accomplishment. I don't know if a lot of people understand that we as a community... Yes, yeah, exactly. Like a living light cycle from Tron. Yes. Yeah, he runs around and he's like twice as fast as everybody in the mode, and he can like, put little Tron lights around them. Maybe even do it where maybe they can't go through it once you've upgraded it all the way. It actually like makes a miniature wall around them that keeps them kind of trapped. They're gonna see all your ideals and update to like, hey, dude, if they would just like, hey, Kaboom, you know what? Here's a discount coupon to BetterHelp. First, second, we love a lot of the things that you talk about, and yeah, like we would love for you to be a partner. Anyways, let's move on from that. All right. But yeah, I mean, I love this game. I want to see it succeed. I love Expeditions. I shouldn't say love. I really like. Yeah, I'm not gonna say love. I really like Expeditions. I love playing with other teammates. I love playing with other friends. I love doing that. I do not like grinding on my own, and it's one of the reasons why I like live streaming with people and stuff like that, because it's just funner to have conversations and hang out while you're grinding levels. But that's me, and that's fine. Different modes for different folks, right? I feel like that's fine. That's fine. I just don't. I'm gonna move on. I'm not going down that road again. You guys already know what I'm about to say. I'm gonna shut up. Move on. All right. Let's talk about map difficulties. All right. Currently, when the game was released, it's currently in its current state. Did I say current? How many times can you say current in under a minute? Go. Currently, map difficulty is normal and extreme. When they released this, I personally think they should have had the maps, and then each map have a level difficulty selectable on that map. That way you have more options. Also, we're going to get into this a second when we talk about enemies, loot drops, loot scales, treasures, stuff like that. When a player comes in, the normal mode needs to be for the entry player. The entry player should be facing mobs that are defeatable with that level of weapons. Difficult at the beginning, but easier as they progress. As they progress of getting better charms, better weapons within the loot. Well, we're going to get that in a second. Within the loot scale, they will find themselves ready and prepared to move on to hard. Hard needs to be balanced so that they can come in and be successful with some difficulty in the hard mode with the loot they brought in. Maybe even fail at times. Possible, but difficult. After a couple runs, they've gotten some better charms, they've gotten some better weapons, they've learned the enemies, and now it's gotten a little bit easier and they're able to complete it and do a good job. Start getting to the point where they're running the hard mode and they realize they have all the best weapons, all the best charms that mode offers. This will lead them to go to the extreme mode, which is where the top loot is. This mode will be set to also, well, actually all these modes will be set to level. So you got a person coming in with a 0 to 10, 0 to 15 for normal, 15 to 30 on the hard, and then 30 to 40 or 50 for the extreme. So the levels, as you're leveling up, is also an aspect that's going to make these levels easier, and it gives you a purpose. And I'm telling you, you want someone that is on a normal, brand new character with maybe 5 levels to walk into a hard map and get completely destroyed. They don't have the weapons, they don't have the charms, they do not have their character leveled up. They need to be destroyed, absolutely humiliated. Anyone who jumps into a level they are not prepared for should feel it in their gut. They should wake up the next morning and taste it in their mouth as if it had just happened. The iron taste from the blood, from being punched in their face and their lip busting open, and they're like, oh my gosh, what just happened? And then they're like, I've got to grind and get stronger so I can beat that level. This is what happens. This is what good game design looks like. Hey everyone at meeting. Hey Haskins, welcome in. How's it going, buddy? Just giving dating tips and life advice. And applying for a job at Legofortnite. Then we have this last mode, which is the ultimate mode. The ultimate mode is different than the other modes. Now, I'm not sure I want to explain the ultimate mode now or later. I think I'm going to go later because I don't want things to get too confusing. So let me just, there's a little asterisk there. Ultimate mode is going to be completely different than these other 3 modes, okay? These are the 3 modes that are all balanced out with your character. You're a level 50 character with top gear and extreme mode, and you're going through it. It's still a challenge. But it's doable, right? And so now you want that next thing, and that next thing is something that will allow players who love the game to have something to do, and you don't even have to be top notch. Like this ultimate mode will start off where a normal player could come in and play a couple waves, but then as the waves go on, they'll be like, what did I get myself into? Obviously I need better gear. So we're gonna hit the pause button on ultimate mode, but this is my thought. This is where they went wrong. I'm just gonna be honest with you because I love the game, but Spixie went in like I don't know what happened here, but people were getting legendary weapons from Jonesy, and they were making like 15 alt accounts and running the first base missions just to get a legendary weapon that is now dropping everywhere. I don't get the decision making there. Hey, we screwed up on Jonesy, so let's fix it by dropping these purple rare weapons, and now we're already up to legendary. Where do we go from now? Where do we go now with these legendary weapons? Like, there's no progression in the game. They just threw everything to us. They're like, oh, here you go, first time playing, have a legendary weapon, welcome to the game. And okay, that's great, yay, wow, you just took 20 hours of play and thrown it in the fire because you didn't do a good balance on the game when it released, and there was a mistake. You know what? There was a mistake. Whatever, it happens. Fix the Jonesy quest. Let all the people who grind it out have the weapons. And then if you would have had this, what I'm laying out here, in place, people would have seen the end goal of being able to get a legendary weapon without having to make 12 alt accounts. It's like you need all the people at max level to be expert. And I'm okay with that, actually. I mean, I mean, Anyway, okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna move on. I'm stay focused. Gotta stay focused. All right. So this is how they should have released it from the very beginning. So you go to Busted Bridge, you click the map you want to play, then you click the difficulty of the map that you want to play. So now you have 4 or 5 maps with 3 difficulty. You now have 15 different map settings. You have, and then any other bridges or anything else you bring in is now there. At this point, also, I don't know if I want to go into this, but running maps solo or running maps with your crew instead of quick play or start. I don't know what they're doing there, but the speedrun community has solo runs, and if solo runs are no longer available, they're kind of destroying a whole category there, and they're kind of destroying a whole the ability for people to do solo run, which I don't think they should do. Like, I think they should have a button that says, you know, start, and then that throws you into a group with 3 other people, or solo run, or party run. And it's like your party that you're running with. So if you have like you and someone else, and you're trying to get the speed run record for 2 people on the Busted Bridge Extreme map, and you want that speed run record, now you're able to do it. So you have that option. Hey, Trickshot, welcome in. All right, so let's move on to the next one. All right, and now these are the rarities in the game. Right now, everything's an epic or legendary. There's no buildup, which is horrible. I mean, it's just, I'm sorry. This should have been on the table when the game first got released. Like, I've got to get my character leveled up enough to where I can run a extreme map, and these weapon drops should be coming out of the weapons at the end of the enemy attacks. Like, the enemy, like, you fight a spire, you get the big chest. These, like, the upper tier weapons are in those chests. Like, the percentages for those chests are higher than the wood chest. Like, no wood chest should ever drop a legendary pistol, personally. That's just my thought. I just, because you don't want people to go in and run maps, because people were doing it. They were jumping in, run a map, jump back out, check their loot. Jump back in, run a map, jump back in, jump out. You've got to stop that. Like, you've got to make the payoff when you destroy that creature, when you destroy that monster that you're fighting. That's where the awesome, really good weapon is going to drop. And that's going to help prevent runners, loot gobblers. Okay? No loot gobbling. Stop gobbling the loot. You're ruining it for everybody. All right. Normal mode. Here would be the percentages that would be dropping out of those main chests at the very end of the boss battle fights. 55% common, 40% uncommon, and 5% rare. Now, you can make a case to up these percentages for the rares and back them off the other. These are not numbers I'm sold to. This was me last night throwing numbers in. I didn't get my gaming calculator out and figure things up. This is just an example of what you should do so that when people open that chest, they are excited that there may be that rare weapon they're looking for. Now, on all the other chests on the map, you're looking at common, uncommon. Out of all those chests. Those are giving you common, uncommon, XP, and drinks, heals. So there's still a reason for that to happen. And then we go to the next one with hard. And on the hard mode, now you've introduced epic weapons, and now you have like a 5% chance of getting one from the end of a boss battle. Maybe 10%. Like I said, these are not numbers I'm sold to. But there is no way you should be getting an epic weapon out of any of the other chests. Maybe you add a 1% chance to a white chest, but then you're going to introduce loot gobblers, and that's what we don't want. We want, you're getting some of the better gear, you're a lower level player, you're getting, oh, I got a rare weapon, this is the rare weapon I wanted, and you've got it, it's got the charms, the runes on it you want, Now you're equipped to go and fight and beat that boss. And there is a reward for your efforts. And you get excited. I mean, maybe you make maybe you keep it 5%, but instead of 2 or 3 weapons dropping, you got 5 weapons that drop. Okay? So that would be something that I feel like would be a huge bonus and would prevent loot gobbling. Stop it! Get banned for that nonsense in here. I'm just kidding. All right. Oh, hey, Rooster, how's it going? Thank you for the lurk and listen. I appreciate it. I know you, Rooster's a hardworking man. He does so much. Love. Just thank you for your support, my man. I appreciate it. All right, and then extreme, the same. Oh, here, let me move my picture. Same thing. The same thing that I said, but this is the issue. You know, even if you took out the boss fight aspect, again, there is like no reason you should be getting legendary weapons if you're running normal mode. None at all. You should never. That should be a reward. People should be rewarded for progression, for grinding, and for advancement in the game. It's called a dopamine hit, and you just basically took all the dopamine and you gave it to them in one day by releasing legendary weapons into the game. You get a legendary weapon, and you get a... If I had time, I would have made an Oprah meme where she's throwing legendary weapons off the stage. She's like, you get a legendary weapon, and you get a legendary weapon, and you get a legendary weapon, and you all get legendary charms. And that's the other thing. This also would go for charms. Okay? The charm rating, the ones with the double buffs, would be considered higher than the ones with the single buff. You would get the tier, like the common charms. Same thing. Same thing as the guns. Just take everything I just said, transfer it over to the charms. There's no reason why you should be getting a legendary charm or any overpowered stuff if you're a brand new person coming into the game. Now, the question is should people be able to throw you stuff? Or should it be locked behind a level? Now, that's an interesting question. Should a level 10 be able to use a legendary weapon? Or should level 10s only be able to use up to uncommon? I personally lean towards yes. Make them level locked. That way, when you go in and somebody is throwing legendary weapons out and the brand new player comes in, they can put them in their inventory, but they're unusable until they have that character leveled up to the level that they need. Hey, Ruby, how's it going? I hope you're doing well. I've been working on my wife's PC and I'm ready to throw it out the window. Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that. After the other day, I felt like everything is too... Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the thing, Trickshot. That really frustrated me, and I pulled that episode down off of YouTube, but it's cheap, easy fix to buff all your characters and nerf all your characters. It is not gaming. It's not programming. It is, I'm sorry. I literally am about to call a gaming college and get a professor on and have them come in, because I want them to either tell me I am crazy or tell me I'm 100% right. I mean, not 100%. I'm sure there's areas I'm wrong on, but I mean, overall, I think if you took in how they laid that out and you took that to your professor at gaming college as your final, you would get an F. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be mean. This mode should be taken off the shelf faster than build kits. How about fix this mode and give us build kits? And fix the lag. Oh. I mean, am I cooking or am I crooking? You guys, am I wrong? Am I wrong about anything in this? I mean, maybe a little bit, but would this have not been a better way to roll the game out than what they're currently doing? And even back to the classes, do not release all 3 classes. Release 1 class at a time as you release custom maps that go along with that class, that plays into their ability, so that you can really showcase off a new map with a new character that people are going to want to be grinding up. These things have to interlock or they don't hold water. You can't just take a bunch of pieces and be like, okay, oh, we got guns, here's guns, bam. Oh, hey, we got charms, here's charms, bam. Oh, here's a map, here, go in there, run around, play, have fun. I don't even have to make an argument. I just show you the numbers. It works for like a month, maybe a week, 3 weeks, and then it's done. And all that work and effort that everybody put into this game is gone. I mean, it's the player base is not there. You don't grow. You have no room for growth. I'm recycling legendary weapons right now. It just does not make sense to me. If it makes sense to you, let me know in the comments. If I'm cooking, type cooking, put a cooking emote or something. Game balancing is supposed to be a thought out process with yes, analyzing all the numbers, see what needs adjusting or buffing over time. They are doing it like a new chef throwing in 100%. Somebody mod like, oh wait a minute, I already did. I'm sorry. Queen's Source like, you mod everybody. I probably do mod too many people, but whatever. Forcing players to play this is not something I like because supposedly these hero classes will come to Odyssey, so it means that we're probably going to have to play Expedition. I have not seen that, July. I don't see that. I keep seeing them say these modes are tied together. I keep hearing all these things. I don't see it. I don't see any of the new Brick Life decor items being brought into Odyssey. I don't see any of the guns and stuff. Like, you can just craft them in Odyssey. You just have to do the Jonesy quest. So so far they've not made any reason. They've given no reason to players to play Expeditions to bring anything into Odyssey. Like, you're not like beating a map and then unlocking something over in Odyssey. There's no crossover. There's a bus station. That's it. Like, hey, you don't have to load in anymore. You can just load over. And it's like, that is not what you push. That's not what you said you were going to do. Okay? That's not the way it was presented, I guess, is what I'm really trying to say. They could make so much money, like, it doesn't make any sense. I don't. Thank you, Llama Rage. Yeah, let's cook. Thank you, guys. Too much salt, chef. You are an idiot sandwich. Gordon Ramsay. Oh, I love it. All right. Okay, so this is what I was thinking needs to be changed in the game as far as rarity, drops, and things like this. This gives players who like Expeditions a reason to play it. They're unlocking things. They're making their characters stronger. They're getting the weapons they want. And there is a progression before them with a reward for their hard work. When people put hard work in to grind out and get things, and then you just give it away. As the old saying goes, why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free? Why grind the level if I just think you're going to drop it in the next update and make them available to everybody? It makes no sense. Yeah, I mean, why not add Great Quest to 100%? Yeah, Hassan, no. Let me just be real clear. 100%. I don't think they should ever come out with these other modes. I think these other modes were either brought in because of the issues with Odyssey code, or maybe they always had them planned. But I don't think they should have ever had Expeditions or Brick Life. They should have took all the energy in Brick Life, made better kits, made better decor items, made better pieces, made a snot block, made angle blocks, made all those things for Odyssey. All that energy should have went into that. They should have made it so we could build in Odyssey like the pre-builds, like, oh, hey, here's a base. Okay, I'm going to go over here. This base I built. Control, paste, save in that box. Oh, look, here's a plot. Boom. There it is. My custom house I built. My custom build. I mean, that's what they should have done. That should have been an aspect of this game. Expeditions should have not been Expeditions. What they should have done was added POI locations throughout the map in Odyssey that you could travel to gain a good reward that was not attainable anywhere else, kind of like Storm King, where you get those, weapons and stuff there, and you show up at Daigo's castle. Daigo's castle has titans patrolling the outside perimeter, a spire in the courtyard, and Daigo up in the roof. And you have to strategically attack this by yourself or with friends with the brand new classes and weapons added into Odyssey, which then should have been balanced to, how you get them and all that good stuff. But that yeah, I mean that is what should have happened. 100%. And I don't think that, I don't know like why but they won't say. I mean, and you know what the thing is though also is if things were running smoothly in Odyssey right now, you could build stuff and it was, all that other, I'm not going to go back down that road, but if all that was going on, I don't think we would really mind so much these other modes. If it had been rolled out where, hey, here's this new mode, and then at that, oh, hey, we're going to add all these resources, assets into Odyssey, and you did both of those well, then there's not a problem. Because then Odyssey players have the new content and the new weapons, and then people who like the Minecraft dungeon stuff, which I love Minecraft dungeons, it was a lot of fun, would have this as something they could do. You got bored of expeditions on the second day. A lot of people did. Hey, even if they did all those great suggestions you're presenting, I'd imagine it would still be dead. Oh, well, I don't know. I mean, maybe. I think this has a higher chance of success than what they did do. But no, you could be 100% correct. I mean, yeah, but this has more of a chance of succeeding, and I haven't even gotten to the ultimate map yet, which is something that we'll get that here in a minute at the end. But if they had added this, the game would have more numbers. I would bet money that this game would have a lot more numbers, a lot more active players, and a lot less frustration, and maybe even being able to retain more players. Plus, as you're entering new maps and you're having more enemies and stuff like that, you're able to then like add like a whole lot of things at one time versus oh, here's just a new map, and then you're like, oh well, I'm all geared up for it. Like the new classes and all that other stuff will give reasons to come back. But yeah, no. Haskins says, I agree. I'm not discounting your ideal. They're great. I think they just missed the opportunity to capture me. Yeah. No, you're 100% right. They did. That's why even if they did this tomorrow, this would just probably make everyone who has legendary weapons really, really upset. So, yeah, no. I mean, that's the thing that Joker was talking about going, and because it's not just a like golden silver bullet, bam, there it is, it's done and it's fixed. It's all the basics and all the missed shots and all the layups that are just getting smacked out and defended, that are not even being defended. The goal's open and they go to do a layup and they forgot to tie their shoes and they're eating pavement instead of getting the layup. Okay, let's move on. Yeah, 100%. I think, that's what really breaks my heart, because I see how great these things could be, and it's not even like difficult. It's literally just balancing loot tables and giving people, balancing difficulties. Titans and normal should not be Titans and expert. Let's talk about enemies. Enemies should have defining. Let me shrink myself here real quick. Enemies should have defining characteristics on each level so that players understand they're fighting a different enemy at a different level of difficulty. This is an easy way to reskin enemies so that we can release them in all 3 modes. The top layer would be normal enemies. This would introduce them to all the different enemy types and all the different enemy attacks. As they get better at fighting those, they would move on to the next mode, which is hard, where the enemy's eyes would be red. This would give the player the understanding that these enemies may look the same, but are a little bit different. And they need to be prepared for that. So in this mode, this would give the players the sense of fighting a new enemy, even though it is basically just a little bit of a cosmetic change to that enemy. Unfortunately, this is not how I'd want to do it. I would love to introduce new enemies at the next level that are not fought in the first level, giving more reason to play those levels. But if we took this ideal and added it in with new creatures from Odyssey, bringing them over into expeditions, as the players increase in level, as people increase in map difficulty, it would give them a sense of accomplishment and being able to fight. I probably need to reword that. Would give players a sense of accomplishment as they progress into the harder level. Monday Olives, it's not only the lack of love for Odyssey, it's the fact that any given update can randomly make a world. Yes. Yeah, Matt Puck did a really good job of explaining that. Logging in, inspire. Yeah. Frustration versus fun, baby. It's like, dude, I would have preferred you not to have loaded those spires right in the middle of my village with a Titan. That's destroying everything I built. I don't. I mean, Queen's North said the other day is like islands, islands, islands. It just islands. I'm doing their job for. You know, Wax Sauce. I know. Like, but it's like Joker said. Anyone can complain about the problem. I don't want to hear the complaint. I want to hear the solution. And so that his offer to work brought me to this, where what would be my solution? Now, Haskins does have a valid point. Is the wound infected, and would this do anything? No, I don't think. I think they launched a game poorly, and I think they keep doing it, and they need to be shown how easy it would be to do some of these basic things to make the games work right. And you can't even get loot tables right. You got a problem on your hands. Someone needs to be fired. I'm sorry. I'd fire myself. I said this the other day. I remember back in the day when leaders would look at something and go, "Oh, I made a mistake. The samurai would then throw himself on his sword because he wanted to die with honor. And he had just dishonored by losing the battle and his plan not working." Now, I'm not saying we go to the extremes. I might just violated some terms of service. I'm not saying we do that. I'm saying somebody needs to step up and go, "Hey, I messed up. I made a mistake. This is how we fix it." And maybe the fix is my vision for this is just trash, and I've made so many mistakes, or the game. Sorry, I'm just hitting the pause button because I'm starting to spiral, and I need to stay focused. All right, so the last one would be hard. This would have creatures with the red eyes and purple storm sick hue to it, keeping ties with the original Odyssey game. These are the hardest enemies to fight, and when you see them, a little bit of fear creeps through your bones, and you question whether or not you will win the battle. With these changes, these are easy ways to bring other characters, enemies, into the game and make them harder. This should not just be limited to these characters, but also Korra, the Spires, the Titans, and Daigo. All of those characters should be leveled out and based correctly depending on the map you are fighting them on. With these details showing that you are fighting a harder character, so the player clearly knows the threat level they are facing. Epic Games is a big company that has many games under their belts. Not really an excuse for Odyssey being in the state it is. The solutions have been offered for 6 months. Yeah, all the swivels breaking. Yeah, I heard that. Frustration, not fun. They literally need to make a sign that says fun, not frustration, and print those off and put them around the whole office. And they need to ask themselves before they put an update out, are we adding fun to the game, or are we just frustrating our players? Oh, look, my swivels. These swivels were so beautiful when they got added. I was so excited. I was so excited about all the different builds, ships, and everything. All right, let's move on. Ultimate level. The ultimate map level is not for the squeamish. Sure, jump in if you want on normal mode, but you're not going to last very long if you're not fully equipped. The ultimate level comes at you in waves. It is a gladiator style arena with a circle in the middle, and every wave gets harder. But the good news is every wave increases your chances of attaining experience and weapon drops at the end of the round when the boss chest drops in. How many waves can you survive? This is the ultimate challenge for every warrior and class. Play it solo, play with a friend, or play with a group. Whatever you play it with, be prepared because it's going to be hard. The more waves that come at you, the bigger, the stronger, the more numerous the waves are. And now this is one of those modes where you start at like wave 1 and you get like, I don't know, 4 soldiers spawn in and they come up and they attack you. You get to wave 10, you got like a Titan spawning in. You get like the wave 20, you got a Spire in the middle of the arena. You got 2 Titans spawning in on both sides, and you got Korra spawning in. And you get the round 30, you've got all the bosses spawning in, and all their minions, and maybe not all at once. Maybe like you beat one, and then another one comes in. You beat one, and another one comes in, and there's like a heal. Like you got a lack of heals. You got to balance out heals. You can't use all your heals. You got to be sure you have guns that have healing on them. And so there's like this give and take. And you progressively make it to where people will be wanting to do what they did with Call of Duty Zombies. And that's where, oh my gosh, you made it to level 197 on Call of Duty Zombies? That's amazing. This gives the player something to always be pushing for. The Expeditions player who loves the game and can't get enough of it will always be looking to see who has the highest level and whether or not they are able to beat that level. This will not be something for everybody. A lot of players will like to play this because it'll give them a lot of XP. It's give them a chance at really good loot as they level up, and they'll be able to have the bragging rights of going on to the Reddits and saying, guys, here's a screenshot. I made it to level 100. Now these levels cannot end, but when you get like over a level 100, the intensity has to go crazy. Like to the point where each level is just like this would take balancing. This would take people actually balancing out. Because I've seen this done well, and I've seen this done horribly. One of the things that they could do on those higher levels is increase the enemy's speed of attack, the enemy's speed in general, their health, I wrestle with that, but those may be things that just have to change. And maybe you add another stage of enemies where they're now completely red, completely, some new skin on them, and they're just like double tough enemies. But you know they are because you see the new skin on them. I don't think Titans ones. So this is something that would always be put out there. People would be like, oh, wow, you got to level 89. That's never been done. That's amazing. And then that would also encourage people who haven't played the game in a while to maybe get back and play the game because they're seeing this new stuff come out. Personally, I think that the ultimate level could be a really good way for players who have played the game to have a little more spice, to have a little more. And for me, as a streamer, guys, today we're going to try to see if we can get to level 50, or something like that. Like, those would be fun things to do. Like, you could bring people in and play and see how far you can get with a group and stuff like that. There's a lot of versatility, Jiminy Crickets, to this mode, and there's a lot of things that you could play around with this mode to make it awesome. Now, another thing I would add to this mode is that at certain levels, the chest would drop ultimate legendary weapons, and as we have currently in the game, the like plasma cooling, that like orange ultimate epic legendary rune, you would start dropping legendary ultimate weapons that had better runes on it, but you could only be gotten from the higher levels in the game. So if you get to level 70, your reward is a legendary ultimate pistol with 3 legendary ultimate runes on that pistol. And so people would then also be motivated to grind out to that level 100 to finally be able to get a legendary ultimate pistol with 4, maybe even 5, however they want to do it, legendary charms. And we're talking like heal 150 every 6 seconds. Critical hits every 70 seconds. And like stuff like that. Like stuff like, oh my gosh, I grinded to the level 100 and got the thing. Now, something that they may need to add in this level is a pause level. So like at the end of the level, it says, would you like to continue? If you press yes, you go to the next level, the next wave starts. If you press no, the game saves where you're at. So the next time you come back in, you can start up from where you left off. The reason why they would need this is because of server resets. So if you had a server, you're like grinding it out and you got the warning, the server is about to reset. If the server resets, it takes you back just to the level that you started on. It doesn't reset the whole thing. That would be something that needed to be checked. Also, you would be like people who sit down and can only grind out 10 levels need to be able to come back later and work on that next 10 level. Streamers need to be able to have a stream and says, I made it to level 60. Can I make it to level 70? And then that whole stream is them trying to get to level 70. Hearts, lives are also something that would need to be worked. Like, would you get a life every round? And then that would be something that would need to be play tested. Or do you limit it to 3 hearts total? Or I'm sorry, not 3 hearts, 3 lives total. And then when you hit the 3 lives, you just hold those until you get to the higher levels. That would be something that would need to be balanced out, looked at, and worked. Because obviously, when you get to the higher levels, you got 100. If you have 100 lives at that level, you just getting basically killed over and over and over again. That could be an issue. So that would be something that would need to be looked at and worked. What do you guys think about the ultimate level? Is this good or bad? Would you guys be interested? Like, I'm so excited. I want to play this. You know what I'm saying? In your vision, is there a transition of perks or goods to odd? Well, Monkey, we were talking about that. Kind of. Thank you, Elena. I appreciate it. I know. I mean, but I feel like this would have kept people from getting bored as fast. And I feel like, no, you're good. You're good. No, I appreciate it. Love the ideals. I just want to play all. Yeah. I hear you guys. I hear you. Me too. 100%. 100%. All right. All right, let me move my little guy over here. All right. And honestly, um, this these things are part of the issue. I feel like Odyssey is having issues is the advancement. Everybody loved their workbenches. Everybody loved upgrading those workbenches, and they just ripped it from us. And I mean, like, that was like, people were like, please give us our workbenches back. And they never did. And they said they were going to. And they didn't even get back to us as a cosmetic, which was kind of a bummer. So, all right, guys, number 8 is what is basically me asking you guys what you would do or add. So I'll go through these, and then you guys let me know what you think, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. All right, so quality of life stuff, I called it QOL. Other suggestions, maybe. The ability to lock your favorite item. I had heard that this might be something coming in the game, but it has not come in. You need to be able to click on the guns, the charms, and the weapons in your main storage area and lock those so that they don't get recycled. I've heard horror stories of people who have gotten the weapons that they grinded hours for and accidentally recycled them because they thought it was this one and it wasn't in the right spot. We need a lockable slot. We need a area. We click on the weapon, we click lock. That weapon can no longer be recycled unless we click on it and hit unlock and then recycle. Adding that second stage in the process will help people. May not completely eliminate it, but will help in the process. All right. This also, the recycling of needs to be updated. We need a quick recycle button. This also ties in with number 3, which is lockers and secondary storage. I think they need to give every character a backpack, and as you collect weapons, it goes into this backpack as you're going through the levels. And at the end, when you check your backpack, you go through and you find the weapons that you want, and you click them and you transfer them over into your main menu, your main, your workable storage area. So you've got your, everything you're carrying on you, which is like kind of what we have now. And then you have a secondary menu, which is a backpack. And that's all the guns and weapons that you pick up, all the charms you pick up. You go in there at the end of a round, or if you've been knocked and you want to work on your inventory, you go into that, you click on your locker or your backpack, whatever we're calling it. It organizes all your stuff, puts the best stuff at top to the worst. You go through, quickly picking out the ones you want, transferring them over to your main. There's a button down in the right-hand corner. It's a red X that says recycle all. You click on that button. It's a, 15, 30 second, not real quick, but, probably what they have now, whatever now is, because it does take a minute. Goes around, bam. All the items in your locker and backpack are now gone. Everything you transferred over to your main is in there. Safe, protected, usable. There you go. This will help with inventory solutions in the game overall. Number 1, people get their main inventory stacked up real quickly and end up losing good loot because they have nowhere to put it. With this system, you'll never run out. You'll never run out of space. Everything you get, everything around you, you can pick it up and then either get the essence from it later by doing a huge recycle that just recycles everything at once from that special backpack, or pull the good loot out and then give away some of the other loot from it. Whatever you want to do. But this would make inventory management a lot better. Also, I've heard a lot of people say, I just don't pick those weapons up anymore. And it's kind of a bummer because you earned those weapons and you're not picking them up for essence. It's kind of no reward at all. So it's just kind of a bummer. It's just kind of a bummer. And then this was that ultimate weapons have unique upgrades on them. I would love to see some goofy, funny names I don't know if this is possible, But if you were to like get a unique weapon that shot bananas out, and it was like called the the banana split, legendary weapon, and one of the runes was like, throw banana pills out and make make the enemies slip and slide on the banana pills. I don't know how much coding. That's probably way too much coding and something that just probably wouldn't work. But that was kind of my thought at first. I was like, how hilarious would it be if you had the tomato paster and you're like shooting tomatoes out and covering everyone in tomato sauce. Yeah, the Spixie special. Just silly unique guns like that people will be like, oh, I got the peely pillar and stuff like that. Just it would give people something to. It's like I always call it the there's some new thing out, but it's the Beanie Babies thing where it's not that you necessarily have the best gun, but you have something that's unique and rare and funny to use. Now, personally, what I think they will do is not. Personally, I don't think they're going to do any of this. But personally, what I think they should do is have these ultimate weapons at these higher levels in the ultimate map and have these unique upgrades on them. And the higher you go up, the more of those runes on there become unique upgrades, and the higher the percentage of those drop. So you could literally get like the ultimate weapon that you're looking for, like plasma cool. For me, it would be plasma cooldown, ultimate rune, critical heal, ultimate rune, superior heal, ultimate rune, and ultimate cooldown. And basically, what the ultimate rune would just be better than that current rune that they have. They'd all be orange, and then but that weapon would be something that drops at like level 70 or something. Something like way up there that you're grinding out. And the first levels would go pretty quick. I know we're talking about higher levels and stuff like that. And again, maybe it's level 25, but this is all balancing. You know what I'm saying? It's like if it takes you 1 minute to get through level 1, it takes you a minute 15 seconds to get through level 2. By the time you're getting up like the level 20 and it's taking you 5 minutes to get through that, you got to do math and figure out how long it's all going to take. So maybe you shrink things down, maybe the difficulty level gets harder. This is all stuff there are formulas for, that game designers people have gone to college for, to work on like that. Weapon skins would be cool if you had weapons with skins on it, like Peely skins and stuff. I mean, sort of like an ice sword. Like if you had weapons that had elements on it, like electricity. Well, we've got that now with a little bit with the zapping, but yeah, I mean, if you had fire and ice, which, I just don't know how hard it is to do those things. I mean, they got zapping, right? They should be able to add something like that too, maybe. But this is basically just gives hardcore players something to do in the game and something to push towards. Essence cap needs to be increased. I don't understand that. I don't understand why it's only 10,000. With these other things implemented into the game, I think that you would have a lot more essence from picking up everything, which also brings me to number 6, which is auto pickup. Instead of having to run around and pick up all the essence on every little spot, you should have you should have everything sucking up into your backpack. Your backpack should have a vacuum on it, and it's like, and then all the stuff's getting pulled into it. So the things they should do after they fix the game. That's right. Yeah. This is just me giving a solution. Like I have been doing a lot of and I'm like, I just want to, these are the things, just even rewinding back to just some of the basic loot drop table stuff, which would have rework the vendors. All right, I think they should have a system where the more essence you spend, the better chance you have of getting a higher tier or better charm. So if I spend 500 essences, I'm probably going to get like a rare or a common. If I spend 1,000 essence, I'm going to have a better chance of getting a legendary. Now, with these being locked into the level of the class of hero you have, people could still buy the higher tier items, but they would not be usable until they've leveled up their character to the certain level that unlocks their ability to use those charms or those weapons in the game. With this all being said, these are the changes I would have made before you release the game. These are the changes I would probably make to the game. If possible, you'll get some backlash because you will have people who like the current mode and are excited about these changes. So I don't exactly know how you can implement these other than going forward, adding some new maps with new levels, new abilities, and anything else you bring into the game, having it locked to levels, making progression in this game something that is a reward and fun and not frustrating. After you realize the 28-hour live stream that you did and got 0 legendary weapons because the community had said they are epic weapons at that time, actually, 28-hour live stream where somebody was attempting to get an epic weapon and got 0. That is a catastrophe and something that should never be experienced again by any player in any of these game modes. My name is Kaboom. You can hire me for the low price of $250,000 a year. Have a nice day. Drops mic, walks out of office. All right, guys, what do you think? I probably asked too much, but sometimes you do that because you don't want the job. Buyable slushies. Ooh, that's a good one. CCSD. Yeah, go buying slushies when you start into a level. That would be really cool. Even upgrading your slushie count as you upgrade levels. I found out that you could drop slushies to my team. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, we were doing that the other day. It was like a weird bug at the very beginning where they were like, "Oh, you can drop all your slushies or none of your slushies. Pick wisely. Have fun." 2,000 V-Bucks per month. Lava Rage, man, you sell yourself way too cheap, friend. You're worth at least 2,500 V-Bucks every month. Dude, creator kits? Come on. Any creator over 1,000 subs should be getting creator kits. I'm sorry. If they're going to make a video. Any creator that makes videos on them are willing to make videos should be getting the kits. Unlocked. $80. $70, $80 for a video that makes me $5.45. I don't get it. But it's not the money. I mean, that's the thing. So, oh, you're doing it for the money. I'm not doing it for the money, but the money is a factor. I'm doing it because I love the game. I love the kids. I love the community. But when you're every update going in the hole, $70 because the player base has disappeared. And, at least if I was breaking even on it, I wouldn't be upset at all. I'd be like, okay, great. I don't understand. I don't get it. Video with 20,000 plus views on it. And just, trying to showcase the build sets so the people will buy them, so that people will want to build with them, so that the game will grow and the game will be profitable. I mean, maybe that's where they're getting all their, can we add class? Yeah. Andy, is it Andy? I forget. I'm so sorry. I always want to call you Andor. So I agree they would make it eligible for credit. I'm sorry. They should. We're out here. We're struggling for pennies. And it's not, I'd like to break even. I just like would not to go into negative numbers. That's all I'm saying. Okay. If the game grows and the player base grows, the accounts grow, the YouTubes grow, the videos grow, that is where, and I think that might even be part of the reason why creators are feeling this so hard, because, you know, I think Joker Play said it in his video, was like, if you could go back in time and get all your V-Bucks, all your money back for all the V-Bucks you spent on all the kids, would you? And it's like, well, I can't answer that question now because I don't know what the future holds. And 6 months from now, we have a great game and the player base is going and the game's alive and everything's going great, then no, I mean, the $500,000 I've spent on this game. No, and that's with giveaways and stuff like that. I mean, like, no, I'm super happy. If the game's completely dead and has, you know, no updates, nothing fixed, then yeah, can I go back in time and get all that money back? All my time and energy back? The hundreds, thousands of hours put into this, into building a community and into building a channel, into building everything that's going on. I mean, I don't, you know, whoever said that earlier about the, you know, comment about complaining, blah, blah, blah. There's a reason. There's a reason why people are doing it. And right now they're, you know, what are they doing right now? What are they doing? You know, they're, I'm going to shut up before I get myself in trouble. Anyways, but that's Ken. No, she would just, no. I've asked her. She doesn't play video games. I don't know. I might do a special or something. Do a wifey stream. I thought about Lego Fortnite did a stream or did a video with his mom, and I was like, well, what if the truth should never be dangerous? I agree. I mean, you got, there's always an argument. Well, I'm not gonna, you know what? We'll just leave it at that. There's a whole philosophical thing behind that. About, anyways, yeah, I mean, her opinion on all the V-Bucks. Yeah, well, I mean, that was the thing. It was like, hey, all the money coming in, you know, a percentage of that was supposed to go and be like, hey, here's, you know, here's some help, you know, here's some profit from all of this. And I said, you know, the game's growing. It was, I mean, I don't see. I'm just not sure if I want to open that can. But anyways, yeah, she maybe we'll do it for like a 10 maybe 100,000. If I ever get 100,000 on YouTube, we can do that. Maybe I'll have my wife on, and she can give you guys her perspective on this journey. And I'm like, the stream just cuts. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, Flocka, welcome in. How's it going? Anyway, so let me put this poll up real quick. Let me pull this other poll down. I'll be honest with you guys, I'm super surprised that this was a 50-50 split with 80 votes. So that means I would probably lose 40 people. Dang. Hey, Nocturnal, how's it going? All right, I'm going to end this poll. And I'm going to start a new poll. But thank you for answering that poll. I do appreciate it. Should Lego Fortnite hire me? Question mark. Should Lego Fortnite hire me? Start poll. What did Llama say? Wow, split down the middle. Yeah. Yeah. That kind of tells me that I'm probably not going to do a one only stream. Like, I don't think I could. Yeah, that would just completely kill the channel with if I lost. Let me do a poll over here on the purple. I lost 40 people. Oh my gosh, that would just make me cry. Should allow additional votes? Duration 10 minutes. Start poll. Wait a minute. There you go. 460. That's awesome. Thank you guys so much. All right. Multi-platform is good for growth. Where's my OBS at? All right, let me move my OBS over here. Oh, it's got my polls up here. Oh, cool. You guys can see the polls. All right, let me get a screen share here real quick. Sorry, everybody. Display capture. There we go. Bam. Okay, hold on. Turn job interview off. All right, there we go. All right. Oh wait, you guys can't see that up there. Hold on. There we go. Oh, still can't see it. Hold on a second. I'm gonna get this figured out. Professional streamer. How did that get so oversized? The heck? Jiminy crickets. You guys see that? I can barely see it. I'm blind. All right, let's see here. What do we got? I should try dual streaming. Another learning curve. We'll help you. Queens North, anything you need. But hired for what? Probably maintenance and cleaning. I'm thinking probably somebody to help take trash out and mop the floors. No, Joe, appreciate your 2 cents. All right, so we got 24 yes over on YouTube and over on Twitch. Wait a minute. Where's my other poll at? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What is happening? Countdown. Hi, Angie. Countdown to Wi-Fi for Angie. Nice. Take the trash out is one way to put it. I didn't even think that was a good catch. That's a good catch, Baka. I didn't even think of that. You're fired, and you're fired. Bill, get in my office. We having some talkings to do. Oh, that's funny. You watch both. Okay, you know, I'm gonna pull. I guess I messed up because I got 25 yeses over on Twitch, and then I've got. Ooh, I some no's. Spicy. We got 88% yeses and 12% no's. The look on Bill's face when you. I know. He probably wet himself and run out. No, not my Switch. Ah, please, no. That's funny, Llama. Oh, Llama saying hi to everybody. Yeah. So, I'm like, was it switching polls up there? I'm still new to this. There's all. Huh. Well, anyways, with that all being said, thank you guys so much for being here today. This was my presentation for a job application at Legofortnite in some role, maybe game balance tech, maybe just play tester who gives you feedback. I don't know. I don't care. Just come on. Let's dial this in. Let's get this done. You guys got a beautiful game on your hands. You have the world in front of you. Let's not. I got it. I can't say it. Oh, I want to say it, but I'm not going to. All right, kid friendly. Let's not mess it up, people. Please. I'm begging you. But if you guys like this stream, and thank you guys for all your feedback, thoughts, opinions, as always, have a great day. May the bricks always snap in your favor. And until next time, I'm not going to say bye, because I'm going to say bye. It's going to get awkward, and everyone's going to be like, he's still here, and he's still talking. So I'm going to say bye and rate out the different people. Is there anybody on? Is there anybody out there? Is there anybody? I rated Nick A30. Let's go. Oh shoot. I thought Queen Surge was up. Dude, I got so excited there. Dang it. Guess we're rating Nick 30 again. Over on the red and white. Get your sugar cookies in order. I love it. All right, here you guys go. Thank you so much again for being here, as always. And we're gonna rate out in purple next. End stream. Dismiss. Go to tweet.